All right, Coach, when you've talked about close games the past couple weeks, you've mentioned details. How are the details different tonight?
We still have a lot of room for improvement. There were definitely a few possessions at the end where it was a little bit hectic, if you will. But what I loved about that second half, and I challenged our guys at halftime. Going in, we talked about how we all need to do more. And at halftime, I told them we're not doing enough. We're 1-6 in our last 7. I don't see the urgency that we need to get a win on the road against a division opponent. And the way we responded in that third quarter, I thought was phenomenal. Our guys were everywhere, active hands, steals, deflections, got us going on the break. Paul Millsap had an incredible night tonight. Leaves the game with stitches, comes back in, helps us close the game out. Love Jamal's aggressiveness, his defense in that second half. So to end this road trip with the win going into Thanksgiving is great. But by no means are we satisfied with how we did everything down the stretch. Lots of room for improvement, but I'd much rather teach after a win than a loss.
Just how tough is Paul Millsap?
Oh, he's a tough cat. I mean, he goes out. I'm not even sure how. He's got a nice scar. I mean, his new nickname is Scarface. I'm sure he's going to have a nice headache in the morning, but he's a pro. He came back in and wanted to get right back in the game and helped us, pull out this victory. But his line tonight, 11 of 13 from the field, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals. He was just everywhere. And that's when Paul's at his best, and couldn't have been prouder of him.
To end the road trip on this note, just what does that mean for this team moving forward now?
Just we got to start feeling better about ourselves. It's been a roller coaster of a season. 9-1, you're on top of the world, the euphoria is setting in, and then all of a sudden you hit some adversity, you go 1-6, losing close games that we feel we should win. So this hopefully gives us some confidence. This hopefully allows us to take a deep breath going home to get ready for Orlando. And we have to realize, we have to come out like we did in that third quarter every night for 48 minutes. And when we do that, when we defend at that level, there's not a team in this league that we can't beat, and we've shown that.
Is that third quarter the best quarter of basketball this team has played so far this season?
You know what? It's one of them. I know that. It's definitely one of them. We started off, I think, on a 28-11 run. We outscored them 35-18 in the quarter. And for me, personally, that's how I love to play. Just seeing our guys getting after it, and we got offense off the defense. And when we didn't, we were able to execute and get guys the ball where they're most effective. So I love when we play that type of basketball, and for me, that's winning basketball.
You just mentioned it, but the defense to the offense, it seemed like I think 3 or 4 guys were on the floor diving for loose balls. Yeah. So you do obviously think that defense translated itself to the offense with Millsap and Murray?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Sometimes you got to get yourself going. We won't. And once again, the free throws were not in our favor tonight. But sometimes you get on the road, you got to find ways to create things for yourself. And I thought Jamal early in that third quarter, blocking a shot, getting a steal, getting a deflection, being the first to the floor, winning those 50-50 battles. And we just completely took control of the game in that third quarter. They made a run. They cut it to 1. And we were able to pull it out down the stretch with some big plays. But, yeah, we definitely got a lot of offense off of our defense.
What about Gary's three-pointer? I think he had missed 7 prior to that one from the wing when they got it all the way to 1.
Yeah, we could not buy a shot. Talk about, we all know it's a game of runs. Third quarter, we're playing great, and they come back, and Gorgie Jang and Derrick Rose and those guys do a hell of a job. And we were kind of dying on a vine, if you will, and Gary steps up, makes a really big basket, timely basket, one that we needed desperately.
This is kind of a perfect example of a game where Nikola can really affect things even without scoring.
Yes, and I thought there were times where he was open, and, I'm saying shoot the ball. They gave him a lot of different looks, a lot of different matchups, and they do a really good job of guarding him, and they're very physical. But to your point, he's able to go out there and get 10 assists, 12 rebounds, and make enough plays to help us win the game without being a impact scorer tonight.
How does a game like this, defensive type game, close game on the road, affect the character, the psyche of a team like this going forward, a young team like this?
I think it just reinforces what we've been preaching since day one. When we lost here last year in Game 82, we all spent all summer long, not forgetting that feeling of that loss. And we committed ourselves to coming back, and we're not going to be one of the worst defensive teams in the league anymore. That has kept us out of the playoffs 2 years in a row. and all the players have committed to it. And obviously to have the defensive performance in Milwaukee that gave us a chance, and tonight to have the defensive performance. I think we held them to 35% in the second half and 27 from three. The defense was phenomenal, and without our defense, obviously we don't even come close to winning this game tonight.
Thanks, Coach.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey, congrats.